Welcome to Not So Creative. In this video, I'll show you how to sew a simple and practical zipper pouch, originally designed to store a tablet, with 2 pockets for extra functionality. One pocket is perfect for keeping the charging cable, and the other for the tablet's pencil. These are totally optional, so if you'd prefer to add just one or not at all, you can skip ahead to chapter 5 to start sewing the main pouch. This is a beginner-friendly project that will help you practice sewing zippers while making something useful. Let's dive in! For this project, you'll need the following materials. I highly recommend using cotton fabric if you're a beginner, as it is easier to handle. However, you can also experiment with canvas or heavier fabrics for a sturdier pouch. Start by fusing the interfacing to the round side of both outer fabric pieces and to one piece of each pocket. Place both pocket pieces right sides together, pin them in place, and sew along 3 edges using a 0.5 cm seam allowance, leaving a 5 cm gap on the bottom for turning. Now place both pencil pocket pieces right sides together, pin in place and sew along the top and one side with a 0.5 cm seam allowance. Trim the seams and corners carefully, making sure not to cut the stitching. Turn both pockets right side out and press them flat with the iron. Top stitch 2 parallel lines on the top of both pockets, one near the edge and the other 1.5 centimeters from the edge. Take both lining pieces, fold them in half to mark the center and cut a small notch on the top and the bottom edges. Set one lining piece aside for later. Starting from the center top notch, measure 5 cm down and mark the spot. Find the center of the pocket by measuring with a ruler or by folding it in half and mark a notch. Align the middle of the pocket with the 5 cm mark on the lining. Pin in place. Place the pencil pocket at the bottom left corner of the lining. Pin in place. Sew along the edges of both pockets, making sure to backstitch for reinforcement. If desired, sew a small triangle at both top corners of the main pocket for extra strength. Okay, now let's install the zipper. Fold both outer pieces in half and cut a notch to mark the center of the top and bottom. Repeat this process for the zipper. Place one outer fabric piece right side up. With the zipper slider on the left side, place the zipper right side down, aligning it with the top edge of the fabric, matching the center notches. Now, place the lining fabric piece, the one without the pockets, right side down on top of the zipper. Clip everything in place. Using a zipper foot, sew along the edge with a 1 cm seam allowance, moving the zipper pull out of the way as you go. Once stitched, fold both fabric layers away from the zipper and press the seam flat. Top stitch along the zipper edge for a clean, professional look. One trick I like to do is aligning the edge of my zipper foot with the fabric edge to make a straight top stitching line. Repeat these steps for the other side, with the remaining outer and lining fabric pieces. Open the zipper halfway. This is important so we can turn the pouch later. Align all the edges, pin in place, and ensure the zipper teeth face toward the lining. Sew around all the edges with the 1 cm seam allowance, except for the bottom of the lining, where we will be sewing with a 1.5 cm seam allowance. Be sure to leave a 10 cm opening in the bottom lining for turning. Trim the corners to reduce bulk. Turn the pouch right side out through the opening. Use a blunt tool like a chopstick to push out the corners neatly. Close the opening in the lining by either hand stitching or sewing a small seam close to the edge. Push the lining inside. Give it a final press with your iron and you're done. And that's it! You've just sewn a beautiful and functional zipper pouch, perfect for organizing your essentials. If you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment below. Let me know if you will be adding both pockets or just one. What other sewing projects would you like to see next? Happy sewing, and I'll see you in the next video.